My name is Angela.
My name is Nicole.
And welcome to the Ominous Stitch podcast. Hello, Stitchers!
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Ominous Stitch podcast.
We are back.
We are back and at it and ready to rock and roll today.
Another road trip.
I am so excited. Get your travel pants on, everybody. We are
Cryptid
road
pants.
tripping. Your cryptid pants. I want to make crochet pants. I'm slapping my leg. I want to make some crochet pants. I've seen such cute crochet pants. I usually send them to you when I see them.
You do. Can we call them our travel pants?
Yes.
Okay. They have to be comfy.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I can't tell.
Oh my gosh. We're going to make granny
Your
square.
voice dropped.
I know.
You're so excited. Wow.
We're going to make granny square travel pants and they're going to be awesome.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, I love it.
I love it.
Yay.
Is it weird that you said square and I want like Rice Krispie squares with it?
No, that sounds delicious. Have you seen on
Yes.
Reels where they
Yes.
roast it like marshmallows?
Yes, I knew you were going to say that because that looks amazing.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
I
because
want to do
I
that.
love roasting
It
marshmallows.
makes so much sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And you get the crunch.
Yes.
And the marshmallow gooiness.
Yes.
Oh.
So good. Are we
I'm so-
hungry?
Always.
I think we might be hungry.
Oh my gosh, but that sounds amazing. Yes, we'll make travel pants.
Okay. Yay.
But the stitch you did today looks very similar.
We can make travel pants with that.
We really could.
That would be so cute. I love it. Yeah. My stitch today, I saw this online and I was like, oh, that looks super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking that it was going to be super complicated. You guys, this might be like the least complicated granny square I've ever done. And I almost got into a groove of just like keep going and going and going. You can do a whole
'Cause you're used to that.
blanket that's just this.
Yes.
It's called the Farmhouse Granny Square. It's so cute, guys. And like Nicole and I are dreaming of ways to change colors and make it cool.
But
I mean,
yeah, you
it's
can make
cool on
pants.
its own, but I can make pants.
Yeah.
That'd be so cute.
I would love that.
I love it. I love
but
it.
we can't, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So Angela,
Oh, yeah. It's not stitch time.
it's not. What's
time
got you in stitches? We're not cheesy.
Oh my gosh. We are so silly today. Okay. What am I holding in my hand?
How are you holding that? How? What?
Okay. So a couple
What?
weeks back, this happened when my sister was in town. So shout out to Becca.
Hey, Becca.
So a couple weeks back, we were, doing our farm chores and stuff and our garage was open.
Mm-hmm.
And my oldest daughter came in and was like, Mom, there's a bird stuck in the garage. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went out to get it. And it was a little tiny hummingbird.
Dang.
Tiny little cute hummingbird.
Aw,
And he kept
baby.
trying to fly out the window. Well, not a baby, but they're
Oh.
just tiny.
I know.
And he kept trying to fly out the window instead of out of the garage. And so I was like, okay, well, let's get him. I don't have a net, but I had this like big, soft, like, I don't know, kind of broom looking thing, but we use it to clean the cars with. Does that make sense?
So it's a soft brush.
A soft
Big
brush,
soft brush.
but it's more like a Swiffer pad.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like soft.
Softer.
And, yeah.
Is it cotton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I got it.
Okay. Everybody's on the same page.
think
We
so.
know what we're talking about here.
Yes.
So I found that. And so I kind of like got it. I was trying to move it away from the window and encourage it to go out the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And then it started to fly and it flew right into a spider web.
Oh, no.
And its wings got all tangled because it's a tiny little
and
bird.
It's sticky.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And so I just scooped it up on the cloth thing and I walked outside and then I started pulling all the spider webs off of it so that it could fly and it just sat in my hand.
Oh, that is the sweetest.
And all the spider webs were off and it like actually opened up its wings, but it decided to just sit on my hand
and hang out.
for
Thank you.
like 15 minutes.
What a sweetheart.
It was on my hand and we were petting it and we were taking pictures. And my oldest was like, I'm going to do a whole thing and talk about it and send it to my science teacher. I'm like, yes, do that. She'd love that.
Wow. Look at her.
And so we're taking pictures of it and we're petting it and it's so pretty. And I have all these pictures you can scroll
That
through.
is amazing.
If you go that way, you can scroll. It's so
oh my gosh,
pretty.
It's beautiful.
It's so pretty. It has so many colors. It was the sweetest little thing. And here's an interesting thing about hummingbirds. So my family, on my husband's side, has a thing with hummingbirds. One of my husband's relatives passed. This was, years and years and years, decades ago. And after he passed, a hummingbird came and landed on one of my husband's uncles or great uncles' hand and just hung out with him for a while. And he chatted with him and pet him. And he called him by the name of the relative that had just passed. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, you can fly away now. And then he did. And so that's kind of a thing with my husband's side of the family. Anytime we see a hummingbird, we watch what it does. And sometimes it gives us messages because we're like, it's the relative that passed,
that is
right?
So sweet.
He's sending us a hummingbird to tell us something. So one time, as I was walking the kids to school, a hummingbird went into my face and just flew in my face for a second, and then went over to the kids' sign, the sign for the kids' school, and started darting in and out of two letters, which are the initials for my father-in-law's dad. And there's no reason for him to hit those two initials. It's not like they were colorful at all. It was like carved out of a block of cement or something. And he was darting out of those two initials and then came back in my face and flew away. So I immediately called my father-in-law because I'm like, I know the hummingbird thing. So I'm telling the kids this story as this hummingbird is in my hand, and we're petting him and we're talking to him, and he sticks his little tongue out of his beak, and it's so cute. And I'm telling them all about the story of their dad's uncle that passed, and what happened and why we have this thing with hummingbirds. And then I called the hummingbird by the uncle's name, and I said, you can go now. And he flew away.
Wow.
It was like right on cue. It was the coolest thing. It was the coolest experience.
That gives me shivers.
Right?
That's so cool.
I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, that could not have been more perfect and more of a sign. And I immediately called my in-laws. I was like, guess what happened? But he hung like for a good 15 minutes. Like you can see him. He's just sitting there and hanging out with us.
So chill on your hand.
And we're just petting him. And it was the sweetest little bird.
What a nice little bird. Yeah. What a sign.
Yeah. And you call him by the relative's name, and you can go now. And he flew away.
That is so sweet.
It was such a cool experience.
Very cool. What a nice moment.
Right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing.
The universe.
Anyway, the universe.
Love it. I love that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I love love.
I love love too. And there's, who doesn't love love? There's just beauty in everything. You keep your eyes open and you look for it. And the world is an amazing, beautiful place.
Yes,
that's just open to all kinds of just, such cool things. It amazes me. There's magic everywhere. I love it.
Seriously. I love that too.
That's my stitch.
I love it. Thanks for sharing. Yay. That is such a cool moment.
Isn't it cool?
Hummingbirds to me, they're just constantly moving. So it's so neat to see that just like chill out.
For like 15 minutes.
Crazy.
He was not going anywhere. He was like
He's very grateful too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was just like the sweetest thing. And we were walking around. I was walking around and he's just in my hand. And then as we'd move into different light, you could see his feathers.
Yeah, you can't see how dark. It's really dark in some photos, but then it looks pink and purpley.
Yeah, he's pink and purple. And then he was like this brilliant emerald green on his back, and it was a beautiful bird. So pretty.
I love that.
And all the iridescence everywhere. So it was
magical.
It was cute and tiny, just tiny little bird.
I love that.
So I will send you some of these pictures, and if you want to post them on socials,
I will.
We can do that, because the little hummingbird, so cute.
I love that. Did you ever look up what a hummingbird symbolize?
So I know hummingbirds are a common animal that is sent from beyond. So I know loved ones do send them as signs a lot. Hummingbirds and butterflies are very common harbingers. But beyond that, I don't really know. I haven't looked it up, but I should. That should be something that we do. Yeah. I know that you're going to like race to do that when we're done. You're like, what does a hummingbird mean?
It does. I believe in that. So it's fun to see and understand why and how.
Yeah. I know it's a very strong symbol for my husband's side of the family.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it was cool. He's just coming to check out the farm.
What's up, farm?
Yeah. And say,
up,
hey,
Angela?
I'm still here. I'm still
Aw,
around.
I love that.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. So Nicole,
Yeah.
what has you in stitches?
I just wanted to share how happy I am because so if you've never met me, I have tattoos on my arms.
I've met you.
You've met me.
I love your tattoos.
These are my favorites. My arm tattoos symbolize my kids, and spiritual and wise and animals, right? Because this is what I'm into, right? So my oldest is a water snake.
I'm a fire snake.
You are a fire snake. I'm a water dog. I think that's why I love otters. My other one is a fire monkey. And apparently they coexist really well, the snake and the monkey, which is awesome. Anyway,
oh, that's awesome.
So my monkey was fading. I've had this for like 7-8 years,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I got the red and the green. I got more green
oh,
in it. It used to be teal,
pretty.
and it was fading. Both of the legs of the fire monkey I've got on my arm, which is really cool. It's got red pants, and then it has like the shawl. It's the Sun King. Oh my God, you're gonna hate me because I'm people who know this person, but he's the sun god. He's in Chinese culture. He's a fire monkey. He's a monkey.
Okay.
It's cool.
Yes. Okay.
And anyway, there's a lot of cool stories about him. I like this. This was a poster, but anyway, so I added more green.
Yeah, it's very pretty. It's very vibrant.
Stands up so much, and I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I love it. But yeah,
very gorgeous.
I'm very happy about.
Did you redo the blue on the snake? Because that's like really vibrant still.
Totally different people they did that so well. The blue was only a few years ago. It was added. And that's why it's so much more vibrant. The snake is since 2014.
10 years.
Yeah.
I know.
Time flies. I'm staring at Angela because I'm like, wow, 10 years. Holy crap. Anyway, so that's my stitch. I'm just happy.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, not sucks, but if you have a tattoo out there, listeners, I'm sure you can relate. You just want more.
Oh, yeah. It's addicting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because if you just, you have it and you're ready to, and you love them.
Yeah.
You just want more and more.
Yeah. I've never gotten one because I could never decide on what I wanted. Because I'm like, some days I don't know. Some days I'm like, I want this. And I'm like, I don't know. Because like, what if I get older and then that doesn't make any sense? Because I know that happens to a lot of people. My husband has a tattoo.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a tattoo that is the men in his family get.
Oh, that's so cool.
So it's a tattoo that the men, I'm not going to tell what it is, I think. The fact that I'm telling them he has a tattoo, he's probably like, shh.
No one knows. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Because like you didn't know.
I did not know.
But yeah. So I went with him to get that tattoo.
Oh, cool.
It's so cool. It was so pretty when he first got it. It's definitely faded. I don't know if he'd ever want to touch it up. But after he got that tattoo, he was like, okay, yeah, I want more.
Yes.
Yeah. But he hasn't gotten more. He just has the one.
Because like you said, it is hard to find the ones that you want and not be ashamed of it later, I guess. I don't know.
But I mean, yours are your kids and they are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
They're so pretty.
I love them. No, it's not only these, but I have,
You have more.
Yeah. But they're either Tibetan art or superhero symbols.
Yes.
Which I think I will love forever. I hope. But I love them now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, how pretty.
Yeah.
It's very vibrant. It's very pretty.
Green.
Yeah,
man.
that color is like so pretty. That's a nice green.
Thank you.
It was teal before?
Yes, it was like a aquamarine teal, and it just didn't. I mean,
it didn't pop.
pretty.
Like this pops against the red and the yellow. It's very nice.
I love it. So there we go.
Yay. It matches your
my bracelets.
bracelets.
It's like hit my mic.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yay.
So anyway, this episode is going to be fun.
Oh
'cause
my
we
gosh, I'm
start
so excited.
where Angela's from.
Tejas.
I said home of the Angela.
Home of the Angela.
That's you.
I love it.
But yeah, we're going to do more of our Cryptid Road Trip.
Yay.
And
get my travel pants on that I can make out of today's stitch.
Which I really think you should.
It would be cool. I definitely could whip a whole bunch of these out. I just have to figure out how to make pants out of them, but I think
You can do it.
Yeah,
You just kind of, we'll talk about it more.
Yeah, we'll talk about making
jumping
pants out of
ahead.
this. If you guys have a pants pattern, like send it to us because I want to know how to do it.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And they're going to be comfy anyway because you got to travel in them.
Travel pants.
You're going to be like, for me in my head, it's our road trip, right?
Yeah. We're road tripping. We are in the car.
Yes. And they're soft and comfy.
With our Starbucks. And
yes.
With our snacks and our Starbucks.
Our snacks.
Snacks. What are we listening to on the road trip?
Oh, probably 70s music.
70s music. Yes.
Because we're moms.
Yes.
It's probably 101.1. And so we're in a different state.
I love it. Yes.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, we should get stitching though, because I'm like,
we really
I'm bursting because I want to talk about it right now. So let's get stitching. Okay, Stitchers. So for this week, as I mentioned before, we are doing the Farmhouse Granny Square. Farmhouse, yes, because I have a farmhouse.
This is perfect.
Yeah. I mean, really, I didn't know. I saw this. I was scrolling through. I'm like, let's find some cool granny squares, and I'm just like looking through Pinterest, and then this one popped up. I was like, ooh, that's really cool. And I was like, ooh, it's called the Farmhouse Granny Square. Neat.
Perfect.
I live in a farmhouse.
Hey,
let's go with it. And you guys, this is the simplest granny square. It looks like not simple because it creates this big X in the middle. But when I started doing it, I was like, really? That's all there is to it? Like, cool. And I'm mindlessly making it. I could have made it so big. You can just keep going around and around and around.
Did you make it the size that the pattern called for?
I think I went one extra size, but the pattern itself is like, so that's how you do it. And you can just keep going as much as you want to go. So
what you could do then, honestly, is you stop 2 rows early and then you make those small X squares and then you put them together for pants.
Yeah. You can stop whenever you want. Yeah, and make pants.
Gosh.
So let me tell you how this works.
Please.
Okay. So this does not start with a magic circle, although it could.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It just didn't, but it can.
Okay.
So this one starts with a chain 4 slip stitch into the first.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of the substitute for the magic circle.
Ring.
Yeah, magic ring. So you can do that or you can do a magic ring. Either way.
Okay.
So then after you do your circle, so chain 4 slip stitch back into the first one, then you chain 2. And then you're going to do a kind of a half of a cluster. You're going to DC 2 together. So the chain 2 does count as your first DC. It doesn't have to, because I kind of like it when it doesn't. But in this pattern, it does.
Interesting.
So it's up to you if you want to just skip over that chain 2 or if you want to include that as your first DC of your 2 DCs together. So the pattern calls for you to chain 2, DC, chain 2, and then DC 2 together, chain 2, DC 2 together, chain 2.
Got it.
Right? Does that make sense? Or if you don't want your DCs to count, then you DC 2 and then you chain 2 and then you DC 2 together, chain 2, DC 2 together. You can do it that way too. And then just when you slip stitch, you skip over that chain 2.
Yeah. I like that way, actually.
I like that way too.
That makes sense.
Yeah. That's not how I did this pattern because I just followed the pattern.
Sure.
But that's, the way that I like to do it.
Okay.
But anyway, so you do that until you have 8 clusters together. So 8 DC2 together with 2 chains in between each, right?
Right.
8 of those.
Got it.
So you have this kind of little flower thing in the middle, right?
Yes.
Then you're going to slip stitch to your first little cluster and then you slip stitch into the chain 2. If you want to change colors, then you start in a chain 2.
Right.
Yeah. Then in the chain 2, you're going to make your first cluster. So that's 3 DCs together.
Oh.
Chain 2, 3 DCs together in the same
one.
Chain 2 space.
Got it.
That creates your corner. Okay. Then in the next chain 2 space, you're going to do 3 DCs. Then you're in your next corner. So it's a cluster of three
cluster.
DCs together, chain 2, 3 DCs together in the same space.
Got it.
Then 3 DCs, right? Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
All the way around.
Yeah.
So you have 4 corners and 4
Clusters.
4 corners, which are the cluster, 2 chains cluster. And then you'll have the 3 DCs, which are the sides, right?
Got it.
Everything is separated by 2 chains. So make sure you're chaining 2.
2 chains?
2 chain. So make sure you chain 2 as you move into the next chain 2 space. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Then for your next round, that's kind of the pattern. So the next round, when you get to the end of that round, you're going to slip stitch and then again, slip stitch into the next chain 2 space, or you can change colors and, pick up in the next chain 2 space, but you're always going to be starting in the corner.
Got it.
Okay. So the corners are always 3 DCs together, chain 2, 3 DCs together. That's your cluster, chain 2 cluster in the corner. Then you're going to chain 2 and move into that first chain 2 space. You're going to do 2 DCs, and then you're going to DC in those 3 DCs from the row below.
Okay.
And then 2 more DCs in the next chain 2 space. So every time you go on the next round, and I'm showing her right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to do 2 DCs in the chain 2 space, and then DC in all of the DCs from the row below, and then DC in the next 2 chain 2 space. And then you're always going to chain 2 because you need that space. You need that space to add 2 to the next one. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then the corners are always the cluster stitch, chain 2, cluster stitch.
Right.
Yeah? That's it. See, it's simple, right?
Yes. But it looks so cool.
Yeah. You guys got it, right? That made sense. I know some of you guys are like, what? And you skip over this part and wait for the story time. But
but the ones that crochet, super cool.
It's super cute. It's super cool.
And I see it. So you're just building upon the double crochets.
Yeah, you're just building upon the double crochets. The corners are the clusters.
Yeah.
And it really makes this really cool little X pattern.
Oh, look at
and it's very like farm. I know, right? It's going to be such cute pants.
Shorts. You can make shorts. Because then I put a border. Oh, that would be super cute,
right?
Yes, so like a scallop border. Oh my gosh, I want to make shorts.
Oh, little scallopy shorts.
Yes.
How cute is that, Nicole?
I'm gonna make shorts.
We have to do that.
Okay.
Aw, I love it. It's so cute.
We already see it in our heads.
I know. So you guys try this pattern out. I got this pattern. Sorry, I never said this. And we were debating upon how to say this.
I don't know.
Adore Cree.
And I said adore Cree.
Adore Cree. So it's ADORE. Adore is how I would say it. And then Cree, like the first part of create, CREA. Cree. Adore Cree.
AdoreCree.com.
That's where I found this pattern. And it's the Farmhouse Granny Square by Marie. But this pattern is on YouTube. She does have a YouTube tutorial as well. So you can do it on YouTube. You can read the pattern there. You can also, there's lots of examples of this. So I found this a lot. So
awesome.
And it's a very simple, very pretty.
Adore Cree or Dore Cree.
Yeah. It's a very pretty little granny square to do.
I love that.
And it's not like granny square looking, like some granny squares kind of look like this. Can be very modern looking if you want it, because it's pretty simple. Yeah. It's like, it's cool. So anyway,
it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And then like I said, we can maybe play, I don't even know, like if it's shorts, I would make them solid, I think. But if it's pants, I might have more fun with the coloring.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Do like if these are shorts, maybe I would do the X in like a accent color and then this like in white or something. So you'd have like, if you wanted to do like a neon green and
bright
white.
colors.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Make it bright. It would be fun. They're shorts. You need to have fun with shorts.
In like 90s.
Yeah. Well,
that's what when you said neon, I was
neon.
like, ooh.
Anyway, so that's it for stitch time. Yay! We are making our travel pants so that we can continue on this road trip.
The fun one.
I'm so excited. We're going to start in Tejas, my home state. I'm excited.
I think of Beyonce.
This ain't Texas.
Woo!
You can't hold them.
Woo!
Move your cards down. Look, we got to stop so we make it soon.
Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready?
All right. I'm ready. It's story time.
Stitchers. We're in Texas.
Yay!
And like I said, home of the Angela.
Home on the range.
They celebrate multiple cryptids. Your state's so big.
It's
too
Texas
big.
is insanely big.
It's so big.
So when I used to drive out here for school, it would take a day to get to Texas and a day to drive through Texas. That's how big it is. Yeah.
Too big.
It's everything's bigger in Texas. That's the motto.
That's cool though. So I have to do an honorary mention just because you guys have so many cryptids. This one's going to go to the Lake Worth Monster.
Lake Worth.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you know where that is?
Like Fort Worth would be my guess. It's be around Fort Worth, Texas.
It just says Lake Worth. I don't have a city.
I don't know.
Anyway, well, Lake Worth, if you guys know where that is, let us know. So the first sightings of this half man, half goat creature.
I just showed her a video of a goat.
You predicted it.
I did.
So it has fur and scales.
Ew,
Yeah,
scales?
and scales.
None of those animals have scales. Humans don't have scales. Goats don't have scales.
So weird.
Where are the scales coming from?
It's a cryptid. You can't explain it.
Okay.
But yeah, so this was the first sighting July of 1969. Again, close to Lake Worth, Texas. Newspapers reported the alleged sightings, which included one in which the monster landed on a man's car after jumping out of a tree, and another encounter where a group of witnesses claimed the monster became agitated upon seeing them and threw an automobile tire and wheel 500 feet in an attempt to scare them off. And local Alan Plaster submitted a photo of the Lake Worth monster to newspapers in which they published it.
Ooh,
I'm going to show you.
I want to see.
Yes.
I want to see.
Alan Plaster commented that he snapped a photograph of a man-sized white fur ball, quote unquote, that he took while driving past the Nature Center in 1969.
It's just a massive
Fur? White fur.
There's no, there's no.
Looks like it's looking that way.
I don't even see a face.
I think it's,
where's the face?
I think the face would be here, and it's looking that way.
It's like the back of a massive fuzz.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like anything. Could be a guy in a ghillie suit.
Why is that a goat? It's not a goat.
It's not a goat. And there's no like humanoid anything on it.
I think these are arms. This is my guess. I'm
Okay.
looking at it. We're looking at it from the side, and I'll post this on our socials.
The back
Yes.
and side of it.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I see out of it. I don't know.
Interesting. That's funny.
That's funny, right?
Yay.
Sightings brought Sally Ann Clark to interview witnesses of the monster, and she wrote a short book entitled The Lake Worth Monster of Greer Island, Fort Worth, Texas.
Yeah,
There you go.
I was right.
You
Fort
did
Worth.
it. In the book, 5 people claimed they saw the monster break the limb of an oak tree, and her book has a picture of it where it shows a thick limb snapped like a toothpick.
That's Bigfoot.
I can't provide that for you. Yeah, it's probably Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And
It's an old Bigfoot that's gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jim Stevens claimed the monster was real big and human-like with burn scars all over its face, arms, and chest.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. And jumped on the hood of his Mustang one night, hanging on until Stevens crashed into a tree.
Oh, no. Why does it like to ride on cars?
I don't know, it gets a thrill. I have no
It's
idea.
like, I'm going to jump on a car and go for a ride.
It's Fast and
Woohoo!
Furious.
He wants to-
I don't know.
I was thinking of what is the Roadhouse movie where the girl
Kirk Douglas?
Yes, that movie.
Mad Max?
No, it's the Kirk Douglas is in it, but it's the I think it's a Quentin Tarantino movie where half of it is like zombies and the other half is he's like a killer in the car. But the Grindhouse, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this reminds me of the Grindhouse movie
yes.
where the girl stunt lady is like, I have to ride on top of the car, and
Doesn't she
on
have
top of
no
the car.
leg too or something?
No, she has.
Oh.
Oh no, that happens. The girl
Later?
has her leg in the car, and then it gets chopped
Yes.
off because she drives. Yeah,
But
that
the-
was just bad. That was her being stupid. No, these are different
Okay.
stunt ladies
Got it.
that wind up like kicking Kirk Douglas's butt because like she's a cat and she can't die. She'll fall off the top of the car and be like, "No, let's go."
And she's
Yay."
okay.
Yeah,
Stumbling. All right. Cool. Well, yeah.
she's a stunt lady. Okay.
That's that
Weird
creature.
side tangent
Lake
for
Worth
me,
monster
but yeah.
is from Grindhouse. All right. The full description is that of a short human-like body with the head of a dog or a goat with a single horn in the middle of its head.
Always one horn.
Always one horn. Because it's the one-horned
flying purple people
eater.
eater.
Yeah, there you go. Others claimed it was between 6 feet 9 inches and 7 feet tall. That's pretty accurate of the 6 feet 9. I don't know. 250 to 300 pounds, long-necked, flop-eared, slope-shouldered, pot-bellied, covered in white hair, or scaly. That's a lot. It's a monster. I don't know. Reports circulated of sheep being ripped to pieces, of cattle and dogs killed and mutilated, and because of this monster. Yep.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm like, yeah.
So note
par for the course for this type of
exactly.
cryptid. Yeah.
Yep. That's always the accusation.
Yep.
Note that though Rick Pratt, the former director of the Greer Island Nature Center at the time of the sightings, caught a couple teenagers putting up anti-war signs on the center, and he caught them. So one of them, a student from a local high school, was interested in science and hung around the nature center. He was about 5'9", long black hair, and a fondness for dressing in black. The boy confessed to Pratt that one evening he and his brother put on a little show for people parked in a gravel pit on Greer Island. The area was a former junkyard, and there was a cliff wall about 30 feet high around the gravel pit. Well, as the Lake Worth monster, he and his friend jumped around on top of the hill, waving their arms, and rolled a tire and wheel from the junkyard down the incline. It flew off the cliff, landed near where the cars were parked. The total distance traveled was less than 500 feet.
Yeah.
And the tire was not thrown, but obviously the press changed it up.
Yeah. So hoax, but
it could be a hoax, but
yeah.
there's still things that people are seeing. I don't know. So who knows? Take it with a grain of salt. Cryptozoologist blogger Craig Woolheater believes the Lake Worth monster is an undiscovered, uncatalogued primate species that walks on 2 legs.
It's Bigfoot.
It's Bigfoot.
It's
He's
like
just
an
making a visit.
old Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think maybe some people are seeing Bigfoot, and then these other people are hoaxing it up.
Hoax.
And so it's getting
kind of a mix.
Yeah.
You're going to have everything in there.
Yeah.
So there's your Lake Worth monster.
I love it.
But here's a fun picture of it.
But that's got 2 horns.
That's right.
Apparently he only has 1 horn.
That's right.
I like the devil tail.
It does have a devil tail.
Oh, that's funny.
Well,
That's
use your
funny.
imagination. This one created this character.
Goat man.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the most cited cryptid in Texas, which most people know at least the name, El Chupacabra.
Chupacabra! Yay! Chupacabra!
The goat sucker. Oh my gosh. It was crazy because let me just tell you, when I'm doing my research, and I'll mention this website soon, but you could choose the 2 cryptids, right? From Texas. And they show little counties all over Texas where you can click, and the Chupacabra has been seen in multiple counties.
Chupacabra.
Yes. So it's fun. This is fun. Okay, so chupar means to suck and cabra means goat.
Yeah, suck goats. Go suck goats.
You're so proud that this is your state cryptid.
It's funny.
Oh, man. All right. The first reported attack by the Chupacabra was in March 1995 in Puerto Rico. Okay, 8 sheep were found dead, but they weren't slaughtered or slashed. They were found each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and completely drained of blood.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
That is still weird. Even if it isn't Chupacabra, that's weird.
Yeah, why are you draining goat blood?
I don't know. Sacrifice?
Vampires.
Exactly.
I think it's vampires.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra is a vampire.
Yes.
I mean, he's sucking the blood of goats. It's a vampire.
It's a vampire.
I don't know why the 3 teeth, though. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's like a mosquito or something. I don't know. No idea. Then a few months later, an eyewitness named Madeline Tolentino claimed to have seen the creature in the town of Canovanas. Sure. I'm having fun with this.
I can't read it. It's too
that's
far
okay.
away from me.
So as many as 150 farm animals and pets were killed. 150. That's a lot.
Yeah.
She described seeing a reptilian creature with spines on its back, large red eyes, and a long tongue.
Ooh, that's kind of like the creature from the movie from this week.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like
very
reptilian.
But it was like reptilian, but
Humanoid
in our movie,
and-
yeah, our movie was cool.
It was,
Anyway,
yeah.
we'll have to just,
we actually like this movie, guys. We're excited to tell you about it.
It's a
I
good
keep
movie.
jumping the gun of like
It's
where
okay. We're
supposed to be.
excited
I know.
today. No worries. So Puerto Rican comedian Silverio Perez dubbed the creature Chupacabra as he commented on the attacks as a radio DJ. And that's how it became popular. Soon after, though, many sightings and killings were reported in other parts of Puerto Rico, as well as in Mexico, Central and South America, and then to the United States, from Maine all the way down to the Southeast states. Hey, there were also reports coming from Russia and the Philippines.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This Chupacabra gets around.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
He's getting on some boats.
He's taking planes.
He's just traveling. Oh, early reports of the Chupacabra described it as it created. Oh my gosh, what did I write?
I don't know.
Cut that out. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, creature. I wrote created. Sorry.
Okay. Start early reports.
Early reports of the Chupacabra described it as a creature that stood upright, heavy, that was reptilian and or alien-like, and the size of a bear or a large kangaroo. It had a row of spines that started from the neck and traveled down to the base of the tail with large black or red eyes.
Ah, Stegosaurus. But Stegosauruses are
Way big.
vegetable eaters.
Yes,
So.
and they're sweet.
What is herbivore?
Vegetable eater. That's what I'm going to call it
Oh
now.
my gosh, words. Words are not wording today. Can't do it.
Oh, some believe the Chupacabra to either be an alien or a government experiment gone wrong.
Ooh.
Okay, so then
It's a vampire, people.
yeah. Well, the Chupacabra's appearance sort of evolved. That's the weird thing. Mm-hmm. In some of the same areas where it was first seen, the Chupacabras were smaller and stood on 4 feet. They were generally canine in appearance, but hairless. People began submitting reports and photos of what they thought was the Chupacabra, but usually they turn out to be just coyotes, dogs, or canine hybrids, and sometimes were affected by mange. Mm-hmm. That became popular. Remember all those photos?
Yeah.
Benjamin Radford held a 5-year investigation about the Chupacabra and wrote all about it in his 2011 book, Tracking the Chupacabra. He concluded that the eyewitnesses in Puerto Rico were based on the creature Syl in the 1995 sci-fi horror movie Species. Did you ever watch that?
No, never seen it.
It's funny. Hubs put that on like a few weeks ago. And I was like, this movie is crazy. It's crazy.
Should we watch it?
Maybe.
Ah.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. So Tolentino's eyewitness account claims she had seen the movie right before spotting the Chupacabra
Oh, yeah.
and mentioned it was a creature that looked like the Chupacabra with spines on its back and all. The resemblance to the Chupacabra was really impressive.
She made it up.
Yeah. She's just so convinced of seeing it. It's
Yeah.
funny. Radford revealed that Tolentino believed that the creatures and events she saw in Species were really happening in reality in Puerto Rico at the time, and therefore concludes that the most important Chupacabra description cannot be trusted.
It looks like Gollum with spikes. It's like if Gollum and Sonic the Hedgehog had a baby. That's what this is.
A lizard baby. Because Gollum doesn't look more lizard. He still looks more like human, right? Mm-hmm. This guy's got like a snout almost.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Well, they can get that from. Ooh. See, that's definitely a hedgehog. That's like armadillo.
Armadillo. Like, oh,
That's
maybe it was
very
like
armadillo.
a rabid armadillo.
Yeah, a rabid armadillo. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, but here's some
Ooh,
other-
look at those chupacabras.
I don't
What
know
is
what
that?
that-
That looks like a hairy horse.
That's a horse. I don't
Yeah.
know. That looks like from Harry Potter. I don't know.
Yeah.
This one is
It's a
fun.
Patronus horse.
Yes.
That's like demystifying.
Yeah. And that one looks like an alien.
That one definitely looks like an alien. Yeah. Interesting.
Yep. Even though there has been no proven physical evidence of the elusive Chupacabra, there are still plenty of news reports that claim they caught something that may be this cryptid.
Uh-huh.
April 3rd, 2014, Fox 8 News reported on a family in Ratcliffe, Texas, who claimed they captured a Chupacabra. They all thought it was as a baby, as it was smaller, with a hairless back, large claws, countless teeth, and a ferocious growl. Resident Arlen Parma commented, "I hunted coons for 20 years with dogs, and I ain't ever seen anything that looks like that right there."
I love it.
And because of the growl, Parma also commented, a coon doesn't make that noise or a possum. What makes that noise? I guess a chupacabra does.
An armadillo? Have you heard armadillos?
No,
they have crazy. They're
really,
like, it's
they
like,
are
and
rabid.
hiss, yeah.
There's a Monsters Inside Me episode where a kid gets so sick and ill because they touched a dead armadillo.
Oh,
It got like, I don't know how he got infected because armadillos carry some crazy disease. Do not touch armadillos.
Yeah, don't touch them.
They're really
armadillos are weird looking little.
They
sucker
have
things.
parasites and my mother-in-law hates them. That's like
because they're weird.
Yeah, they're weird.
They're so weird.
They're weird. Okay. Brent Ortega, wildlife diversity biologist with Texas Parks and Wildlife, stated, the animal in the cage, as best as I can tell from the view, is some sort of a small canine. He also mentioned that a canine could include a coyote, dog, or even a fox. The article leaves off that it was staying in the stock household living off of cat food and corn until it was properly identified. But then follow-up article states that it was a mangy raccoon. So it was a raccoon.
Mangy raccoon. Sorry, Rocky Raccoon.
That's
mangy
perfect.
raccoon.
I love it. In May of 2016, a woman reported in Whiteface, Texas, stated she believes she saw a chupacabra. However, when the Cochran County game warden went out to check the creature where it was spotted, they found a dead coyote with mange.
Yep, all these animals with mange.
Yes,
yeah,
they look creepy.
Yeah.
Then on May 21st, 2022, whoop, whoop.
Woohoo!
Guess-
Oh, it's your birthday. I'm like,
what's that day?
Yeah.
May 21st. The city of Amarillo detained security cameras. This is cool. I can't show you.
Amarillo by morning, up from San Antone. Everything that I got is just what I got on. Nicole's looking at me like she's never heard that song before.
Because it sounded like you're going to sing the song, They've Got Nothing on You, baby. No?
No,
That's
I don't know. What is
like
that
song? Do, 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 do. Okay, whoever, we can mash that up. Anyway.
Oh.
Okay,
So anyway, back to Nicole's birthday of 2 years ago.
2 years ago. City of Amarillo. Okay, they detained security cameras inside the perimeter fence of the Amarillo Zoo because they captured a strange image of what appeared to be an unknown animal or figure.
Ooh, this is exciting.
Yeah, this one's cool. They decided to ask the community for their opinion as to what
Chupacabra.
To have fun with this. They were like, yeah, let's see what they say. The creature was not trying to enter the zoo, but it was on the outskirts. So let me show you, Angela.
All right,
This is crazy.
I'm going to tell you what I think it is.
What is that? That's awesome. It's like got its knees are bent weird.
How tall is that thing?
It looks like a kid with a costume, but seriously, like, what is that?
Well, okay. Have you ever seen the video of the raccoon? This is like so famous.
When he's walking on.
Yeah, and he walks. He's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what it looks like to me. Just a raccoon on his
but look at
hind
his
legs.
arms.
Just his arms are raccoon arms would drop down like that too if he was walking on his hind legs. Yeah,
this is weird looking.
It's really funny looking, but I love it. That's so cool. I think it's. I don't know. It is standing really funny. He looks like he's about to like draw his pistols. Right? It's a raccoon gunslinger.
It's Rocket.
It's Rocket.
He's visiting.
Oh, Rocket. He's not a raccoon.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Anyway,
I love it.
We'll post that so you guys can see it.
You guys, you have to look at this picture.
Tell us what you think it is.
It'll make you so happy to see this picture. It's so
weird.
fun.
It's just, it doesn't look menacing. It's like, hey.
Like, hey, I'm here to party. Sorry. Oh, we popped the sound again. Oh, it's so good.
I love it. Okay. Anyway. So we're going to move on. May 17th, 2019, ABC 7 News reported that a man spotted an unusual creature wandering around Houston's West Side corridor.
Houston.
It hasn't been identified yet, but it apparently resembles the Chupacabra.
It is a dog. It's a dog. It's a dog with.
It's a very skinny dog.
Maybe mange,
It
or
could
it
be.
just could be a hairless dog, but it's a dog.
It looks like Coco's dog.
Yeah. It does. It looks
Right?
like Coco's dog. Yeah.
Maybe it's Coco's dog.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, this photo was taken in Richmond near Highway 6. I know.
Yep. I know where that is.
Okay.
Houston.
Houston.
Woo-hoo.
November of 2023. Apparently in Texas, there's a place known as the Chupacabra capital of the world.
Ooh.
This is in Cuero, Texas. Do you
Oh,
know where that
okay.
is? I don't know.
I don't know.
Cuero. In DeWitt County. Phyllis Canyon, avid hunter, had just gotten back from Africa when she spotted a creature that she couldn't recognize. She told Texas Standard website, the first time I saw it, we had just gotten back from Africa. And you see everything in Africa. And then I come home and oh my God, the weirdest thing I've ever seen was right here on our ranch in Texas. And in 2007, the creature was roadkill. She took it home and stuffed it.
Bless the rains down in Africa.
I don't like this though.
You don't like this creature that she stuffed?
Well, look at her house.
It's a dog.
The stuff of creatures is weird to me. So
The taxidermy. Yeah.
But anyway, this is what she stuffed.
It's a dog. It's Coco's dog again. So she stuffed a dog with mange. That's what she stuffed. It's not a chupacabra. And
you're going to love
the
this.
taxidermist didn't do a great job with the faces all wonky.
Because it was roadkill. So
Oh, that's true.
They had to
Okay, so
reconstruct
maybe
a
they
lot.
did a really good job.
Right?
Yeah. It's a dog with mange.
The creature is hairless with black and leathery skin, canine features, and bright blue eyes. The legs and the back are longer than the front, which gives it an unnatural arch, and its lower jaw is much shorter than its snout.
Okay, well.
That is weird. Okay, but this is
dog with mange. Have you seen weird looking dogs before?
Yes. They are weird.
Yeah.
Those chihuahuas with the weird hair and the tongue sticks out.
The tongue sticks
yeah.
out. And
what is that?
The
teeth?
Chinese crested?
Yeah.
Yes, Chinese crested.
Freaking...
Yeah.
Okay, well, before taking the creature to a taxidermist, Canyon did collect DNA specimens and sent them to multiple labs. You ready for this? All came back virtually the same. Mexican wolf on paternal side, coyote on maternal side.
Oh, wolf coyote hybrid. Cool.
But Canyon asked, how do you have a coyote and wolf mixed?
They breed.
Like they got lonely.
Yeah. Like, hey, good looking.
Yeah, you gotta look like
Come
me
over here. So maybe we need to sit down and have a discussion about the birds and the bees with Miss Phyllis here. When a man likes a woman.
The birds and the bees. Oh man. Okay.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees.
I just like that. It's so baffling to her. Like, why? Okay.
Well, maybe she's just trying to like play off that she feels dumb now that she stuffed a
stuffed
rabid dog. Like a dog with mange.
All right. Then a year later, Corporal Brandon Rydell of the Sheriff Department caught a creature on his dash cam running along a fence line. You can see it looks smaller but similar to the creature Canyon encountered. But Texas Standard got to throw in that they both look large enough to take out a goat. I got a YouTube video for Angela.
Ooh.
It's a weird hybrid.
Because it's a wolf coyote hybrid.
Obviously, there's going to be multiple of them.
Yeah. If there was one, and they typically have litters, there would be more. Yeah. I love it. It's a wolf coyote hybrid. That's what it is, sir. Mystery solved. We understand what it is. Yay.
Let me correct myself. That was
How
Corporal
cute.
Riedel. Yeah, they're very excited about this animal that is obviously.
It does have a long snout.
It does.
Yeah.
But
it is
it's not a chupacabra, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's
I love
not.
cryptids.
Mystery solved. This is not what a chupacabra is. So to me, chupacabra, the idea of a chupacabra is fascinating because the idea of the chupacabra is that it is a vampire. It sucks the blood. And like there are animals, and you already discussed some of them that are found dead, that all the blood is drained from them. How, why, what? The chupacabra. And that's why to me, it doesn't really necessarily have a form. So I'm not looking for I've never heard a chupacabra described. I just know that they're like a vampire kind of a thing. Yeah. And so it's interesting that people are like, it's a dog. No, it's not a dog, because a dog would eat it. Like those animals would eat the animals.
Yes. Yeah,
These
you would see bite marks.
Yeah. This is the blood is drained. It is sucked from these animals.
Exactly.
So Anyway,
It's funny.
but yeah. So the idea of the chupacabra, to me, I don't have an idea of what it looks like. I just have the understanding that they exist because they find these animals with all the blood drained. If they find these animals and it's obviously been ripped and mauled,
because
that's
you
not
want
a
to chew
chupacabra.
the meat.
Yeah, that's not
That
a
doesn't make
chupacabra.
sense.
It's when the vampire aspect of it comes in. That's where the chupacabra
weird.
comes from.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not these dogs. But I love it.
It's
I
fun,
think it's
right?
cute. Yeah.
This is your steak cryptid, so you got to enjoy it.
It's fun.
Lastly, in 2023, a woman who lived in Hill County Village snapped a photo of a mystery creature in her backyard. It's four-legged and appears larger than a coyote, like the size of a mountain lion, though its ears do not resemble one. So this is a weird creature. See that? Because it's got a long tail.
Yeah. I mean, it is a mountain. It does look like a mountain lion, but
it's not. Isn't that crazy? Because of the composure of it, it would be more cat-like. That is not a cat.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like well, yeah, I don't know.
Here,
Interesting.
here's a better picture of
Okay,
it.
yeah, that's not a cat. So again, we have a wolf coyote hybrid.
But it's got a long, like, lion tail.
It does have a lion tail.
So that's where it gets intriguing.
Well, whatever. It's not I don't think those are chupacabras.
No, I think this is a weird
I think
creature.
it's like some hybrid of two animals that we know. But could be the wolf coyote thing, because I mean it's similar to that. It does have a different tail though, but I don't know.
It's weird. This one's baffling because it looks like a hyena almost.
It does, yeah. So maybe a hyena got loose and mated with something.
Yeah,
because you guys, the zoos, the animals that are in Texas are insane. You can find any kind of animal in Texas from anywhere in the world. People collect them, people have them, because the laws are a little bit looser there as to exotic pets.
it's like the wild list.
Right. So, there are tons of private zoos that have all kinds of animals, and I'm sure people are, they get out and they're gone and they mate and they're just wild, and who knows? But that's kind of cool though.
Right? Kaylig posted the photo on the Nextdoor app to see if anyone could help identify the creature.
I love that she put it on Nextdoor. That's awesome.
And answers like coyote with mange to chupacabra came up. Others guessed hybrid of a dog and a coyote or a dingo, but those are native to Australia. But like you said,
there's dingoes in Texas. Yeah.
So there you go. Dingo ate my baby.
Yeah. But I mean, it does look like a dingo. Dingoes have those big round ears like that. The dingoes are a little more and they're more feline.
Are they? I thought dingoes were more.
Well, they're wild dogs, but they do kind of have more feline-ish features, I think.
There you go.
Hyenas are more like cats.
This could be a hyena dingo. I don't know.
Nice.
Coming up with things. All right. Someone else suggested
we're creating our own non-cryptids, but hybrids. Yeah.
Someone else suggested it's a liger. It looks like a hyena and too muscular to be a coyote. Then a zoologist that contacted Kaylig said it looked like a New Guinea singing dog. They're extremely rare, an ancient lineage of dog found on the island of New Guinea, which is how the hell did it end up in Texas? But like you said, someone could have brought it over.
There's so many private zoos in Texas, and people will get exotic animals from anywhere.
Yeah.
And
it's a neighbor dog.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's the neighbor's dog.
Neighbor's dog. All right. So that was Texas. That was a lot. We're going to just go to one more state because this is awesome.
Gosh, we did a lot of Texas.
Because it's huge. Yeah. It's all good.
Yay.
We're going to go to Louisiana.
We
discuss a cryptid that we did touch up on at one point, and I believe it was on our haunted road trip last year. Angela, you may not think this is a cryptid.
Uh-oh.
Based on how you felt
mad
about the Wendigo, right?
Well, okay. So the Wendigo, I was just like confused on how, because to me it was like a parasite, but like once it fully takes over the form of the person, and we were dealing with two different things of a Wendigo, just kind of how we're dealing with a couple of different things of the Chupacabra.
Right.
People are seeing like these weird dog hybrids and are like Chupacabra, but I'm like, no, because that's not how a Chupacabra feeds. If you pay attention to what a Chupacabra is, they drain the animals of the blood. They're vampires. It's like a vampire type thing. It's not a dog that will rip something apart. So you can't call it a Chupacabra until you see how it feeds.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
With the Wendigo,
It was eating people.
They eat people, but then there's also people that are possessed
Affected.
by the
Yes.
syndrome of
Right.
it, or there are the Wendigo once it fully infects the person, like a werewolf. I was laughing so hard as I was editing that episode because he kept going, like a werewolf, like a werewolf, like a werewolf. Like, what? Yes, exactly. It is like a werewolf. It infects the person and it morphs them and they change. And
Well, guess what?
So do we have another morphing thing?
Yeah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Okay. I'm so all over the place
I love
today.
it. You're funny. We're going to talk about the Rougarou.
Rougarou. I remember
the
that.
Rougarou?
Yeah, I liked the Rougarou.
It's like a werewolf. Full circle.
I keep snorting today. It's funny.
All right.
Okay.
Rougarou.
Rougarou.
So the name derives from French folklore, which used to be called the loup-garou. Loup meaning wolf, garou meaning werewolf. Werewolf. Mm-hmm. Okay. The cryptid stems from 16th century medieval folklore when the loup-garou was a common scapegoat for crimes and misfortunes in rural France, such as missing children, ransacked houses, or livestock attacks. And I also mentioned this before, but people were accused of being loup-garous and put on trial for witchcraft or lycanthropy.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And similar to Krampus, children were also told stories that if you did not behave or do what your parents told you to, the loup-garou would come and steal them away in the middle of the night. Yeah. When the French and French-Canadian settlers made their way to the southern states, especially Louisiana, the legend of the loup-garou also came along, although it adapted to the new environment and culture. The loup-garou was heavily attached with the Cajun people, who were descendants of French colonists who were expelled from Acadia, present-day Nova Scotia, by the British in the 18th century. The Cajuns settled in southern Louisiana, where they developed their own distinct dialect, cuisine, music, and traditions. And because of the dialogue of the Cajun is a mix of French and English, they were great at changing words to roll off the tongue easier. So the name changed to Rougarou, right?
Yep.
So it could also be spelled R-O-U-X, G-A-R-O-U-X.
Yeah. Rougarou.
Yep.
Yep.
Or Rou with the R-U, Garou, or R-U and then another R-U. So there's multiple ways of spelling it. It's the same though.
Rougarou.
Rougarou.
Mm-hmm.
The Rougarou has also evolved from the different cultures and beliefs of America. So that it's incorporated our Native American legends such as shapeshifters, African American elements like swamp monsters, and then the Catholic teachings of sin and punishment.
Oh, nice.
'Cause
It's got everything.
It's got everything.
It's a catch-all cryptid.
Exactly. And I think I said this before too, that the Rougarou was used just like the French folklore to instill fear and obedience in children and adults alike. Because if you were a Catholic who broke the rules of Lent for 7 consecutive years, you would be hunted down and killed by the Rougarou.
I love it.
Oh,
That's
Catholics.
so funny.
All that guilt.
Yeah.
Another interesting tidbit is that the Rougarou is under a 101-day curse unless the affected person can transfer the curse to another human being, which is usually by drawing another human's blood. Their curse can come from a local witch, sometimes a voodoo priestess. The Rougarou will refrain from telling others of the situation of fear of being killed.
Right. So this is like a
curse.
curse. Yeah.
There you go.
A curse that turns somebody into a cryptid.
And look at the movie we watched.
I know. I see how it ties together. I gotcha.
It all
You're
connects.
so smart.
I'm smart. The Rougarou looks very similar to a werewolf with the body of a human and head of a wolf or dog. However, there are some variations that depict it as a rabbit,
Ooh.
a pig, an alligator, and even a mosquito.
Oh.
I don't
why?
know. I don't know. Those are
Well,
very
because
rare.
mosquitoes kill people, and so and they're abundant.
Deadly. Yes, they are. In fact, most Cajuns will describe the Rougarou as resembling a dog or an owl based on the legendary Choctaw shape-shifting owl witch. The reason, though, there aren't really wolves in that part of the country.
Yeah,
So that makes sense,
that's
right?
True.
You change the animal a little bit.
Yeah.
The Rougarou tends to have glowing red eyes, sharp teeth and claws, and a thick fur coat. It can stand on 2 legs or run on all 4s, and it can also shapeshift into different forms. So here's some fun imagery.
Yay, Rougarou. That looks like a werewolf.
That's a werewolf.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, it's getting a kid. The arms, the hands are just massive.
Yeah, that's just creepy.
Yeah.
Right? There's the swamp
and
one.
the swamp.
Yeah.
Rougarou.
It's nocturnal, and it hides in the swamps, forests, or abandoned buildings. It is carnivorous and feeds on blood and the flesh of animals or humans. It was extremely fast and strong, capable of breaking through doors and windows. It can also hypnotize or paralyze the victims with its gaze.
Ooh.
Apparently, you can protect yourself against the Rougarou by laying 13 small objects by your doors. You're going to recognize this, Angela.
Mm-hmm.
When a person changes into a Rougarou, they forget how to count past 12. So when it sees the 13 objects and tries to count them, they are unable to count them all.
This is very much like the Winchester. Is that what you were going for? It's like Winchester.
The vampire episode. Remember you told me about a vampire that if you drop a bunch of marbles or something, they have to stop and count them?
Oh, yes, that's true. We just love playing with each other sometimes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly
that's
like
that too. I was thinking of the Winchester thing because she had this thing with 13.
The door. Yeah. No, that's too. That makes sense.
Okay. But yes, if you drop something, they have to stop and count.
They have to stop and count.
A one. A two.
See, remember.
Yes.
Yeah. So it perplexes it. It has to keep recounting until the sun comes up and must flee at that point because the sun's up. But if you ever see a Rougarou, it will lead to a lifetime of bad luck and misfortune. And the only way to protect yourself from the Rougarou is to carry a piece of silver, which repels the creature.
That is so like the movie. I love it.
Which I stumbled upon like at the last minute. So I'm glad.
Kismet. It was awesome. Okay.
Sightings of the Rougarou have been reported throughout Louisiana for centuries, and many are dismissed as hoaxes or misidentification of other animals. But some locals still take the Rougarou very seriously. Some believe they still hear its howls at night. In 2016, in Huma, a video was posted showing what appeared to be a large, dark figure with glowing eyes walking through a residential neighborhood. Of course, I tried to find this, and I couldn't find any other videos of the Rougarou. Sorry. But I got another picture for you.
Yay!
It's in the swamp.
It's cute. Hello.
The Rougarou is slowly being dissolved from the culture of Louisiana, and not on purpose. Yeah. Children are just not aware of what they were once before, and due to hurricanes, sea levels rising, and problematic development projects like the damming of the Mississippi River, Louisiana has lost more than 2,000 square miles of land.
Oh, man.
This means the stomping grounds for the Rougarou are disappearing at an alarming rate. But Terrebonne Parish native Jonathan Forrett, the parish is a patchwork of the bayou and lowlands of the Gulf Shore, trying to make his mission to save both the land and the Rougarou legend, as he is now director of the South Louisiana Wetlands Discovery Center.
Yay.
Yeah, there they educate students in the classroom and on field trips about the challenges of sea level rise, climate change, and living in a coastal community. But he also launched in 2011 the Rougarou Fest in Huma.
Yay!
Yeah, both as a fundraiser for the center and a way to revive the fading cryptid tradition.
Yay!
Yeah, this happens in
awesome.
October. I know, it happens in October, and it involves a Rougarou costume contest.
Yeah.
And Fort's Rougarou has turned into something like Smokey the Bear, and that its mission is to save Louisiana's wetlands.
Oh, I love it. Yay. Putting
around.
a positive spin on on something that's there to like
that's pretty creepy.
It hunts and kills people.
If you're not a good
If
Catholic.
you're not a good Catholic, he's going to eat you. But, he does give you 7 years so, I mean, like, he's a patient
He gives you some
Rougarou.
time.
Yeah. Very, very patient.
Oh, man.
I love it. This was like, I had so much fun today. I always have so much fun.
This was good.
Yeah.
I like these two states.
I do too.
The
They're
Chupacabra.
so much fun. I love the way that like Texans celebrate the Chupacabra and like, I got a Chupacabra. I stuffed it and killed it. Here's a Chupacabra. It's so funny. But
it is really
makes me
funny.
happy. I love it when people embrace their cryptids and they celebrate them and
they're so all about it.
It's so fun.
I know.
It's so fun. Oh, I love it.
Yay.
If you guys have seen the Chupacabra or a Rougarou, let us know. You can email us at theominoussstitch@gmail.com. You can also comment on any of our social media pages. We are on all of the things: TikTok, Instagram, Facebooks. Are there more things? I think we have a Twitter. Do
I don't
we use it?
do
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm not on Twitter, or X is what they call it now.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's on X most of the days? I don't know. Anyway, but if you find us or YouTube, we have all of the things. You can comment, let us know how you're doing. We'd love to hear from our listeners. We just met a new listener recently who was in Buffalo.
Thank you for reaching out to us.
We're so excited. But we love talking to our listeners, and we love getting to know you guys. So please reach out to us today. You can email us at theominoussstitch@gmail.com, which I already said, but I wanted to reiterate that because, it's always good to reiterate things. You can also jump over to podbean.com. That is where we host our wonderful little podcast for you guys. You can get show notes from this episode or any previous episodes. There's also a little button that you guys can click on that says
Patron.
Become a patron today. We love our patrons. You guys do make it possible for us to continue this for you. So please consider becoming a patron. Help us out and help us make this an even better podcast for you guys, because we do this for you guys because we love our listeners. And
yes.
Kumbaya.
Kumbaya.
All that stuff. So we do have one more thing to get to, and I'm excited because I really liked this movie. So are you ready?
This was fun.
This was really fun.
I'm glad I
Beth
found it.
Dutton is in it, so that made me super excited.
The blonde
From
lady?
Yellowstone. Yeah.
Got it.
That's not her real name, but that's her character in Yellowstone.
Okay.
But are we ready to get to it?
Yes.
It's movie time.
This week's movie review, The Cursed.
The Cursed.
Released in 2021, IMDb rating of 6.2 stars, and hope, heads up, original title, 8 for Silver. And the synopsis. In rural 19th century France, a mysterious, possibly supernatural menace threatens a small village. John McBride, a pathologist, comes to town to investigate the danger and exorcise some of his own demons in the process.
Oh, so they're in France and not in Great Britain.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. I had to
Yeah.
look that up because I was like, where are they? Because
Yeah.
they keep saying it's the Romani gypsies.
Yeah, that's I was like, I thought it was interesting that the Romanis were in Great Britain, because I was like, oh, I mean, I know there's gypsies in Great Britain because
Right.
there are now, but I was like,
Yeah.
that I don't want to say branch, but those gypsies like are usually
Eastern Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're in France.
Okay.
Yeah. So this, I read about it because it was so cool. I wanted to learn more. This was released at some film festival. Like I said, the original title was 8 for Silver, and they won all these like this money and stuff and then they changed the name to
The Cursed.
The Cursed.
Okay.
But anyway, what a fun movie.
It was great.
I didn't know what to expect from it, and I've never even heard it. So that's what I
yeah.
was confused about. This should have been in the theater.
Yeah, it should have been in the theater. I've never heard of it either.
Okay.
But I mean, I
Yay.
don't hear a lot of things.
But this
I'm in my
just-
own little world most of the time.
As I said it really loudly, sorry.
That's okay.
But this movie, it felt like it should have been like a good big movie release.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was filmed so well and good cast.
It was,
and
it's beautiful. It's like
it's
really
heart wrenching at first.
oh my gosh.
Oh, watching all that. Oh, and the way they filmed
the
it.
scarecrow.
Yeah. This was
The way they filmed it, the way the story was told, it has that really not fun, but it has a really cool ending.
yes, everything.
Everything
it's
really
worked out
good.
nicely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just to give you a preview, we're not going to spoil this for you.
No,
you should watch it.
We watched it on Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Watch
have a
this
Hulu
movie, you
subscription.
guys. First of all, it's got Kelly. What's her last name? She's
Kelly Riley.
Kelly Riley.
She was also in the movie that I just watched. I wanted you to watch. It's got Perot. That's the character.
Oh yeah. The Venice.
Yes,
Right.
Haunting in Venice.
Haunting in Venice. Yes.
She's in this as well.
She is also in Pride and Prejudice, like back in the day.
Aw,
I
didn't know that.
Yeah, with Keira Knightley, that one.
Yeah,
She's in
she's
that
a
one.
very period actress.
Yes,
like
but she's also Beth Dutton in Yellowstone.
which I haven't seen.
Oh, she's so freaking good. She's really good at playing a badass.
Oh, great!
She's
good actress.
She's so cool.
I love it.
I love her. I
Okay.
love her. I love her. So I was really excited to see her. I was like, yes.
That's cool.
But no, this was really good.
Yeah, John McBride, which is a funny, like, very American name.
Yeah. John McBride.
I thought he was great in this movie. He was really good. But anyway, yeah. So just to give you a quick premise, it starts in this war. And then it takes you back, which is cool. So you have this future, like, you know, what current, and then it goes back into the past in this rural France. Pretty heart-wrenching scenes between gypsies and white landowners, which is repeated history. Very, very sad.
Yeah.
But the way they filmed that, I really enjoyed, because it was like it kind of was back in the distance of it. Like, so you're not up close to it, so you see everything.
Yeah. Oh, watching the whole encampment. Yes. And what they do.
Encounter them and tell them to get off the land, but they didn't really give them much of a choice. Yeah. The way they filmed that was
cool.
Really,
you watching everything kind of happen in real time.
Yes.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the content, but
no, I mean, you're used to when you're watching a scene where they're trying to clear people out. It's usually kind of more first person.
Yes.
And you're right in the action watching it happen. And so you don't see everything. This was taken from afar, so you see everything how it unfolds at once,
right?
So,
and there's no sound almost. It's so crazy. It's like long. It was a
really cool perspective
yes.
on that scene unfolding.
Yes, exactly. There, Angela put it well.
Okay.
And the scarecrow.
Oh my gosh,
how creepy!
Yeah.
Like sad, but then creepy. They did a really good job on portraying, this. I guess the what's it called? Cliche.
Yeah.
The cliche of werewolves and curses, and just wraps it all together really well.
Yeah. It's so good. There's nothing like cheesy or tired or anything about the way they did this. It was like fresh. It felt like a fresh perspective the whole way through. And I liked the story. I thought it flowed really, really well on how the curse happens and how to deal with the curse and
the dreams. The children were really good actors too. They were so convincible.
Yeah.
Even like the gory scene when they I'm not gonna give you guys a lot, but it's so good. It's
really good. And the
way
way
I was drawn to this movie.
The way that there is a cryptid element that comes into, and the way that happens and the way that evolves is really cool too.
And the way they turn. Oh, it's so creepy, but so original.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. Everything felt fresh and original in this movie. Agreed. So I really liked it.
Yay, I found a good one.
Yeah, you did. We finally got a good one again. Yay.
Man, I was swinging away and not finding anything for you all to listen to.
It was going to be a different movie, which we may do eventually, but Nicole's like, no, we're not going to do that one.
I just wanted something different. I knew in my heart. I was like, we're going to find the better movie.
So this is really, really good. We recommend it.
How many stitches would you give it?
6.2 is way low. Right. It needs to be higher than that.
Agreed.
I would at least give it like, I'm gonna go 8. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna go 8.75. I think not a 9 yet.
Yeah.
Because there are still some elements that it could have been better. Very rare. Very small.
Yeah. There were definitely times where I was yelling at the people on the TV. I'm like, don't be so stupid.
And they have to.
But they're people, and so people are going to behave the way that. Oh man. Yeah. Well, she
she took care of herself.
I wanted to talk about this. She did what she thought that she needed to do, and she wanted to keep her job. And she didn't. I could
go through the thought process in her head. That was the crazy part.
You can. The characters are very believable in how they're acting and how they're reacting to everything that they're doing. It makes sense that they would act in the ways that they are acting and follow through in the ways that they are following.
Even when you're mad at them, it's like that's what you would do. It's crazy.
It's what you would do in that situation. Right. If I were Kelly in that situation, I would open the church doors
because it's her son.
Yeah.
We're not spoiling anything. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
The only other thing I didn't like about the movie, I'm gonna give it a little bit more con because I have to. Is it's so dark. If you notice,
it's dark. Yeah.
And I would turn it on. I couldn't, like, my screen was so bright, and then it was like I could not see anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't have that issue, so it could have just been like because I thought it was super
platforms.
Moody.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I did.
I watched it here, and it was fine the whole time. Good. It was super moody.
It was.
And it was cool.
Yeah. No, that was good. But some scenes, I'm like, I couldn't see it. I was like, what's going on?
Oh, see, I didn't have that issue. I saw everything fine.
Okay.
Well, we can turn it on and watch it again if you want to.
But it
Sing
was
the whole
so
thing.
good.
It was really good.
Yeah.
It was done really, really, really
Yeah.
well.
Good job, movie.
Yeah. Good job, movie.
Who directed
Yeah.
it?
I don't know, but like everything.
Sean Ellis. Good job, Sean. And he
Good job.
wrote it too.
Ah,
Look at
Sean,
that. Sean
you're
Ellis.
brilliant.
Good job.
It was wonderful. The storytelling was great.
Yeah.
The characters were believable.
The
way
the
that
CGI.
the way, yes.
Or whatever,
That
costume.
was, yeah, that was beautiful. It was seamless. It was so
looked
good.
real.
It looked
It
real.
was creepy.
And it was a wonderful take on a curse evolving and affecting people, and it was really cool.
And then very heartfelt from his point of view. We see that a lot in these horror movies where it's like like Winchester. That was a good example. It was very similar, where he's got this dead wife or passed away family, and he's trying to revenge them.
Yeah,
But this
yeah.
was done a lot better, I think.
Yeah, it was very real and not over the top.
Yes.
Like last week's movie was very over the top.
That was weird. This felt so much better.
Yeah, it was good. Yay. Happy horror movie. Yay.
Yes, check it out. I know that Hulu you got to pay for a subscription. If you can, awesome. You can rent or buy it from Prime Video as well. So check it out if you can. I
recommend it. We both recommend it. And that's a rare thing. So it's got to be good.
For both of us.
Yay. Good episode. Good
Wonderful
movie.
episode.
Fun stitch.
I hope you guys had fun too.
Yay. So kumbaya, hummingbirds, everything is wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bright colored tattoos. So good. Sweet puppy that has been like cuddling Nicole the whole time. She's
her
like
paw's been on me. It was
pushing
really cute.
into you. Yeah.
I
It's
love
so
her.
cute. Yay, Rosie. Well, this has been an awesome episode. I had so much fun today.
Yeah, thanks for coming along with us.
Yay. If you guys want to keep on the road trip, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you, Stitchers.
See you, Stitchers.